Vikings, it's Miss Anna. Today we're going to read our first Pages Fridays in the Shadow of Blackbirds by Cat Winters. This is a historical fiction novel. It was picked by one of our library board student advisors. A Year the Devil Designed. Portland, Oregon, October 16th, 1918. I stepped inside the railroad car, and 3 dozen pairs of eyes peered my way. Gauze masks concealed the passengers' mouths and noses. The train smelled of my own masked cotton, boiling onions, and a whiff of something clammy and sour. I took it to be fear. Keep moving, I told myself. My legs shook and threatened to buckle, but I managed to chomp down the aisle in the brown Boy Scout boots I wore, in case I ever needed to run at a moment's notice. The heavy thread drew unwanted glances at least one raised eyebrow, but nobody uttered a word. "Good morning," I said, to a woman with a puff of black poodle curls crowning her head. "Morning," the woman grunted into her gauze. As I had hoped, all eyes soon lost interest in me and drifted back to their own concerns. I was merely a healthy-sounding 16-year-old girl in a navy blue dress. I didn't talk like a foreign spy, and I wasn't sick with the flu. No harm there. Coal-colored traveling suits paired with fresh cotton masks gave the compartment a surreal black and white appearance, blurred slightly by the onion scents snaking in from the dining car. I imagined the cooks dicing up the pungent onions and made a scramble to keep the flu from overtaking the train, their eyes watering, their foreheads dripping with sweat. I blinked away the sting of the air and took the sole empty seat beside a woman of middle age and stout build with thick arms and thicker eyebrows. "Hello," she rubbed the pouch and looked me over. "I'm Mrs. Peters. I'm Mary." Also present to the house during their rest last night. I hoisted my black leather bag into my lap and answered with the shortened version of my name, Mary. The newspaper rustling around me more than likely carried an article about my father, and I envisioned a mention of me. Also present in the house during the rest last night was Mr. Blank's daughter, Mary Shelley. The girl seems to have been named after the author of a certain horror novel with extremely German-sounding title, Frankenstein. "Is that a doctor's bag?" asked Mrs. Peters. "Yes," I squeezed the hands tighter. "It was my mother's." "Your mother was a doctor? The best one around." "I'm sorry she's not on the train with us," Mrs. Peters said. "I don't know what will happen if anyone collapses while we're en route. No one will be able to save us. If we get sick, we'll probably get dumped off at the next stop." She wrinkled her forehead and gasped. What an unpleasant thing to say. "If you don't mind, I'd rather not talk about the flu." "How can we not talk about it? We're speaking through gauze masks, for heaven's sakes. We're crammed together like helpless man." "Please stop talking about it. I've got enough other worries." She scooted an inch away. "I hope you aren't riddled with germs." "I hope you aren't either." I leaned back against the wood and tried to get comfortable, despite my surroundings and the nausea that had been haunting me ever since my father's arrest. Images of government officials punching Dad in the gut and calling him a traitor flickered through my head like the grotesque scenes of a movie screen. Steam hissed from the sides of the car, and the floor vibrated against my boots. My hands and knees trembled, and my teeth chattered with the frantic intensity of Morse code distress signal. Tap, 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 tap. To escape, I undid my satchel's metal clasp, and I pulled out a bundle of letters 6 inches thick, bound together by a blue hair ribbon with fraying edges. I slid a crisp, cream-colored envelope out from the top of the pile, opened the flap, and lost myself in a letter. Is Mary going to have the flu? Is she going to get arrested for being a spy like her father? I wonder what happens if Shadow of Blackbirds. Come check it out in the Media Center today, and have a great Friday.